When we pull, we place a huge demand on our shoulders. Not only do we need a really good range of shoulder mobility to twist around the pole and make awesome shapes with our bodies, but we also need our shoulders to be super strong in those end range positions too. Today, I want to talk about shoulder flexion and particularly overhead pushing and pulling. First, we'll take a look at shoulder mechanics in an overhead position. Then we'll see what this looks like on the pole. So, what should be happening when we move our arm overhead? What does good shoulder mechanics look like? Well, first of all, when we raise our arm overhead, we want our scapula, our shoulder blade, to upwardly rotate about 60 degrees. We also want some posterior tilt of the shoulder blade, and for the shoulder blade to stay hugged to our rib cage and wrap around our body. Finally, we also want to create some external rotation of the arm. The part of the shoulder blade that's closest to the midline of our body stays roughly where it is as all of this movement happens. All of these things combined together allow us to reach this end range position and help to create optimal space within the shoulder joint. Here are the primary muscles we're using. The trapezius, specifically the lower traps, for that upward rotation, along with the serratus anterior, which assists with that rotation, as well as keeping the scapula hugged on our rib cage and wrapping around the body. The external rotation of the arm is stabilised by our rotator cuff. Before we move on to see how this all works when we're on the pole, at this point in the video I just want to quickly give a shout out to the circus doc, Dr. Emily Scherb. Emily's courses on shoulder mechanics for aerial artists have really helped to solidify my understanding of how this all works. If you find this kind of anatomy stuff interesting too, you'll love Emily's courses as much as I do, so please go check them out. Anyway, back to business. How does this overhead shoulder mechanics look and feel when we're on the pole? Well, it depends which way around we are. If we're upside down on the pole, like in an Aisha, our overhead arm is being used to push. Gravity is pushing our body down, so to counteract this, we need to actively push to create that upward scapular rotation. Cues that we use for handstands, like shrugging the shoulders, closing the gap between our shoulder and our arm, these kinds of cues are all to help create that active push and encourage that scapular upward rotation. Other cues like screwing the hands into the floor or pointing the elbows forwards, these are helping you to create that external rotation of the arm. These handstand cues all apply in exactly the same way to that bottom arm in our Aisha. Stay tuned, and in the next video we'll see what this looks like when we're right way around, gravity is pulling us in the opposite direction, and we're pulling with the arm overhead instead of pushing like in a pole spin. Until then, if you want to geek out more with me on all things pole strength and anatomy, check out my blog, my online programs, and my book, Strength and Conditioning for Pole, at thepolept.com.